Alright guys, we are back with another Dokkan battle video. Alright, so it's been a while since I've done a tier list, and actually it's been over a year since I've done a tier list. This is, was it, my second tier list after one whole year? The last tier list was actually the one on the main channel when you enter it, so it's actually, I believe, the Global Dokkan Fest one. Now it's the EZA tier list. Now, it's been a little over 2 months since I've done this, and ever since then, we not only gotten like 2 EZAs. We got in 11 EZAs actually in the span of 2 months. Okay, the reason why they're doing that is because of LR Great Saiyaman 1 and 2's EZA or Legendary Campaign. And since they were announced to get an EZA, there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 additional EZAs on top of that. Plus with new Extremes, oh my god, Extremes SBR stages in game right now, this duo right here got an EZA, so we have a load, and don't mind about this one. I accidentally put that in there by mistake, but yeah, I did this a little more than 2 months ago. Still needs a little work, and I do understand why. Now I'm looking at it again. So let's jump right in now. But first, let's change around some of the units in here. First of all, for the first time ever, Kid Buu is finally gonna go down. I believe, personally, I believe he has to go down 2 tiers. Now, you're probably wondering, but he's still good, right? Yeah, of course. He has a great passive. He gives 50% attack and defense to all allies, which is amazing. That's a great passive. And then when you reach less than 8%, uh, he gives 30% attack and defense, but it's still pretty damn good. I'm not gonna lie. Also, he does take a lot of damage, and well, in terms of damage, he doesn't do that much. Okay, he'll hit kind of hard, but he's not going to tank as well as every other unit that we've seen so far, including free-to-play units, and they do better than this guy. Most of them in terms of tankiness, but he's still a great option if you need support. So I'm gonna leave him at S tier for now. Another one I want to bring down is Goku. I after using him a few times here and there, I realized that this guy definitely is a little quirky in terms of what you actually need. You need a full tech rotation for his passive to work, and most of the time you want this guy to be on Realm of Gods. And even though there are really good tech units on that category, I feel like some of them don't fit as well with him as he fits on every other team, like Movie Heroes, Realm of Gods, obviously, and those that have Super Saiyan or Resurrection F. I think this guy has it too, but I feel like he is a little quirky. I feel like he's a little hard to work around, but he's still really good. Who else should I bump up? Oh, no, I thought about this over and over again, and I'm come to the point where yes, I at least have to bump up Brawly, because I've used him a lot. He's still, even though he doesn't tank as like good as every other unit that we've seen so far, I feel like he tanks better than Kid Buu. Just straight up, he tanks better than Kid Buu. Even though he has 2 categories, which does bring him down just a bit. Oh no, 3 categories because of the crossover category. But I think he's still, people still underrate this guy. Let me be honest. But maybe if I give him a chance to stay on S tier, I would let him. He does do a lot of damage. He may lose defense, but doesn't seem too significant. But he's a pretty useful unit to have around, and he is on Super Saiyan 3, which needs more buffs, for goodness sakes. It actually does need more buffs, I'm not gonna lie. I think that's pretty much all of the movement I'm going to do for now. Um, there is a little more I'm gonna have to do after this tier list update, cause I think, yeah, I think that's all I need to do. Let's go jump right into the new EZAs that are in here. Oh my goodness! All right, let's start with Gohan. Gohan, as you guys have already known, I've already done a showcase for this guy. I guess I've not checked it out yet. Make sure you guys go check it. It's somewhere on my channel. Just look for the 55% showcase. He was actually pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Before he had a pretty decent letter skill for Battlefield. He didn't do much on both his 12 and 18 key, except the fact that he greatly raised his attack. He doesn't get defense, which was the biggest problem for this unit, but now that he's ECA'd, he finally gets defense on both his 12 and 18 key, which is what we wanted. And he also got defense from his passive as well, so he gets 50% defense at the start of turn, and then he gets additional 50% when doing a super, and then he has that same passive as he did pre-EZA'd. But otherwise, I think he's still pretty damn good. Okay, let me be honest. On paper, he looks so plain, like, he gets defense, that's it, nothing else changes. But it does technically change the fact that he can tank a super. So, where should I place a unit where the only thing that he changes is defense? He has an SA25 power up, which is literally like I think up to 4 million, 5 million, like a 55%. And he does have pretty good links, because if you link him up with the LR AGL Gohan, he does work really well. I think based on what we have right here for him, I'm going to put him on double S tier. I think it sounds reasonable enough for me to place him up here. He's really good as he is. But I feel like for some reason he is a little undermined by other people. But I still say he's very good. Pretty much like top tier of the double S tier. Maybe at the bottom of Z tier. I don't know. But he's still a very good LR to have. Maybe people, maybe in the comment section, people are going to be like, why isn't this guy on Z tier? You guys should get the point, okay? They didn't technically change a lot on him. That's the only thing that I kind of understand. But he's still a pretty good LR to have, nonetheless. Next up we have, oh god, we have Cooler. Okay. Oh yeah, by the way, his leadership skill does change from 3 key 90% to 4 key 120%, which is still really great for SBR now and Battlefield, because this is definitely useful. And the categories that he's on, ridiculous. Ridiculous amount of categories. I love it. Okay, I think that's all I want to talk about for him. So let's move on. Cooler. Open the gates of hell to Cooler. Now, he's a 3 key 130% to extreme, then 3 key 90% to super physical. His super attack does immense damage and massively lowers defense, which definitely did change from greatly to massively, which is good, I suppose. He has that same buff, 120% attack and defense, with a guaranteed additional, has a 30% chance to become a super attack. The only thing that changes is this. But the thing is, this 8% attack and defense multiplies into the 120%. So I think if we go down here, I think it should tell us, yeah, so if we do, if they calculate it separately on each and every one of these 8% attack and defense buffs, he'll get almost a total attack buff of 300% attack and defense. Well, it's after 10 attacks, but it's still freaking huge. Like, I think, at best is what I've seen him so far, I think he can do like, I think when I showed him off, I think it was like 4 or 5 million around that point. That's impressive. Like 4 or 5 million is impressive, even at one dupe. I think with full dupes, he's gonna be like 6-7 million max, which is insane power for this guy. And considering that he has really good links, and he links up really well with other coolers, including Friezas and all that such, he's an amazing unit. And Big Bad Bosses too. Big Bad Bosses is definitely a key feature, key link for this freaking son of a gun who decimates pretty much long events. The categories that he's on, also very solid. Movie Bosses, Transformation Boost, Wicked Bloodline, Terrifying Conquerors, Space Traveling Warriors. You got a good set of categories here. And the stats too, look at that. Stats, 20,000 HP, 19,000 attack, and 11,000. Yeah, it's a little low, but the amount of defense that he gets after attacks is insane. So, pretty astounding that this guy has gone from, he's still one of the best 120% leads to pretty much one of the best TORs in the game. That's how much that's how much 2021 has changed. That's how much EZA has changed throughout the beginning. And I love the fact that he's a monster. There's nothing. Okay. There could be some bad points where if he gets supered, he will take major damage, even if he doesn't get his full buff. So you might want to consider giving him crit and additionals for equipment if you don't have him equipped. But he's still very, very good. Z tier at best. Like, that's how good he is. We're gonna take a look at, was it Goku now? Yeah, Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Now, this guy got his EZA right at the beginning of the TANABATA celebration, so let me take off cooler here. Yeah, so he's a 3 key 130% to Super Tech and 3 key 90% to Extreme. He is one of the very last 120% leads to actually get an EZA before the next set of EZAs, which I believe should be categories. Hopefully, if we ever get a Tech Gogeta, Tech Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta and Physical Omega Shenron EZA, hopefully they're better than what they used to be now, what they are now. But this is definitely gonna be one of those things where it's gonna be insane. But first, this guy's already insane. Like, I think, well, not before his EZA. He has a good. The only thing that I didn't like about this unit was the fact that when he came out for the first time, sure, he was really good. He had 120% attack, and then he gets 20% per Rainbow Key Spheres. But the thing is, I didn't really care. Not many people really cared about it until like 2019, 2020 era where key is eventually very important, especially when we had PyCons and Genimus releases, where we needed Rainbow Key Spears, or actually EZA and Gogeta's EZA, where we needed Rainbow Key Spears and such. That's the point where this guy's passive was like, oh, we need more power for this guy. And to the point where he got his EZA, it definitely does shine. So he gets 130% attack and defense at the start of turn. He gets a 50% chance to change key spears, excluding tech key spears, into rainbow key spears. This guy is a rainbow changer, what we needed for this unit, because of the rest of his passive. He gets an additional 30% attack and defense. He gets rainbow key spears, which is perfect because of this. And then his attacks are effective against all types for 7 turns from the start of turn. That's really good. He's much more balanced now, but he's still very, very powerful. And we're not even done yet. He also gets attack and defense through his super and gives stuns. So this guy is going to not only become strong as hell, but he can tank. And if you give him additionals, he's probably going to be tanking even more than he would usually do. Plus, he has a really good link set if you link him up with any units that have over in a flash, Saiyan Lineage, Super Saiyan First Battle. Those are probably like the 4 main links you'll see. You'll probably link him up with other Super Saiyan 3s, but that's still a really good link set. And the categories though, he's gonna be really good on all of them now, considering the fact that he is literally buffed like really well. Stats though, let me see. Okay, a little less HP, but it's still really good. High attack, like almost 20,000, and almost 11,000 defense. Still really good. How much does he get through 30%? Is it? Wait. So he would get 150% attack and defense for 5 Rainbow Key Spears max, and then multiply on top of this. I think he's gonna hit like 300 something% attack and defense from just this alone, which is insane. Whew, and I've already tested him out. Well, I don't have him fully maxed, well, at Rainbow, because, you know, I don't know why. I can't pull my last copy, okay? But he's still very good, hitting around like 4 million, 5 million at max, so that's still really damn good. Consistently hitting those numbers is actually a lot more important. It's mostly important nowadays when you're trying to defeat enemies in very hard events. And this guy definitely does have that edge. Personally, I feel like... Okay, let me think about this. I feel that he is at the high end of SS tier, personally. Maybe he could be in Z tier, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think of that. Personally, I think he fits in double S tier. He does have some usages and he does have some disadvantages, but that's fine, I suppose. You know, he fits up there, just like any other unit would. He's very strong, has good link sets, is in pretty other really good categories. Majin Buu is one of them. Movie Heroes definitely does need a buff, but it's still good. Resurrected Warriors, Otherworld Warriors, Goku's family, you get the gist of it. I think that's it for him, yeah. Otherwise, I like this guy. Definitely a good double S tier unit to have. Definitely a worthy ECA. Yes. Okay, so next up we have two units that were first announced during the celebration before these four were announced for the the Hero Extermination event, which is this. So Goku and Vegeta. We'll start with Goku actually. He's a Super Saiyan's category sub lead 3 key 77%. He's free to play as well, so keep in mind that. Well, okay, so he's technically free to play, but not really because you have to get him through the 5-stone banner at the when you play Dokkan at the very beginning, you'll be seeing a 5-stone banner that'll let you get this Goku, Tech Piccolo, or SR Super Saiyan Gohan. This is definitely one of the units that you really want to get for the from that banner. Let me be honest. So if you actually do get him, good for you because he EZA is compared to the other two. I don't know why they didn't Dokkan Awaken the SR Gohan and Tech Piccolo. I don't know why. Okay, but let's do over him. He's a Super Saiyan's category lead 3 key 37%. He's also a AGL Tech and SCR 3 key 40%. He raises attack and defense per turn, does supreme damage, nothing too significant, but that's still pretty good for him to tank through, I guess. And then he gets 100% attack and defense at the start of turn. He can get 70% attack and defense, and all allies get 3 key and 30% attack and defense when HP is 50% or more. And then he gets 200% defense and a high chance of guarding when HP is 49% or less. That's pretty nice actually. He becomes very defensive when you're less than 49% HP, and then he becomes a very good offensive unit with a balance of support when you're above 50%. I like him. He's free to play. He has a balanced passive. I'd say he's pretty good. Not the greatest unit to have, but he's still pretty good. He has Golden Warriors and Warrior Race, Super Saiyan, Z Fighters, Perfect Battle, blah 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 blah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those links are pretty damn good. Out of the 7 links in here, 5 of them are very good. He's pretty good. He literally supports all allies, so he's very good in all the categories that he's on. Stats though, yeah, again, they're very low. Let me be honest with you, they're very very low. But you have to consider the fact that he does support. But I really like the fact that this unit exists in the first place. A very good technical free-to-play option for majority of the players that played this game. But I'd say there are some disadvantages. You know, high chance to guard. I feel like they should give him a guaranteed chance to guard, but that just makes him a little too busted. But I get it. And plus 200% defense. If you factor that in with his ECA defense that he has, he could probably be around 100k defense, maybe at least 150k defense. It just depends on how you put your rotations. But he's still pretty good. I really like him. Definitely an S tier unit to have. Free to play has the only reason why I say that is because he has low stats, which is the only factor. Otherwise, he's a very good option to have. Not gonna lie. So if you're feeling sad about having this guy in your box not doing much, now you don't have a reason to. Next up we have Vegeta. Oh man, I remember when this guy came out about like a couple weeks ago. I was like, I wonder how much he's going to hit. When I saw Truth's video, I was like, frick, he's gonna be hitting like a truck, because this part of the passive right here, he's literally the same. It's literally the same thing as physical LR Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta. Yeah, LR Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta, the physical one, and then he's also the same as Int Goku Black, the LR one, who by the way get a load of damage through this. So this guy is going to be hitting like a freaking truck. Yeah, it's not going to be much, but it is very, very useful to have. Plus, he gets more attack through his super, and he's very versatile. So he gives 3 key 80% to attack, STR, and physical, which makes sense because he did lead those before. His links, okay, he is the one of the units in here that have 6 links. It's really not a problem technically. He has Sharingan Limit, Super Saiyan, Same Way Race, Prepare for Battle. Although it's just 4 of the 6 links instead of 7, he still works really well. Really well. Stats though, stats are pretty damn good. Well, not the greatest, but they're still pretty good in my opinion. He's a summonable unit, so wouldn't mind. I still if you feel bad about having this guy, you shouldn't worry about it anymore. He's very powerful. He can hit like 3-4 million max. So I'd say he goes alongside double S here. He's very powerful. Let me just say that. One of the things I would say is if you only get one key from this, sure, there is a slight chance that you will get obliterated. That's the only thing I would say. But if you get like at least 10 key spears or 5 SDR key spears, then this would definitely work very well, even for this guy. Okay, so let's move on to... Yeah, this guy's very good. Let's move on to... Okay, time to talk about this guy. I don't think I talked about him yet, haven't I? Not in my previous videos, I don't think so. But, Super Saiyan 2 Super Saiyan 2 GT Goku, very, very good. Let me tell you that. The reason why I say it is because he gives 3 key 60%. Yeah, that's a very good leader skill, let's be honest. But also he stacks attack and defense, which is... This is one of the second units that actually stacks defense. So this is definitely a unit that is needed in here. What is it? He's not on... Okay, so he's not on Giant A power or Great A power, which is fine. I don't think he's even on it. I don't think he was supposed to be on it, so it makes sense. But he does have a really good link set. Sharingan Limit, Prepare for Battle, GT, Golden, well, Super Saiyan, Saiyan Lineage, and All in the Family. Very good link set. If you link him up with, I don't know, B-Pan, or any Super Saiyan Gokus, like the Dokkan Fest Super Saiyan Goku, definitely works. His passive though, he gets 150% attack and defense, which is great. He gets 3 key, and an additional 40% attack and defense for 4 turns after performing a super. So really all you need to do is just give this guy additionals, and you can see his additional amount of damage that he'll do alongside with his stacking mechanic. He's a very powerful unit. Yeah, his stats are pretty low, but the stacking does make up for how much he can actually do. So I'd say he's also a double S tier just because of that. This part of the passive does go away after 4 turns, but it's still worth to have no matter what. It's still very good. So that's the reason why I place him up there. Just let me know if you guys want me to boost him up or down, or just leave him there. But let's move on to... Oh yeah. Oh yeah, okay. This guy. Remember when this existed? Look how much they rebring over him. Like, they literally just reworked Oob, not because of his passive and his super attack, but also his links. Look at these links. Okay, the only links I could see that are worth it are Sharingan Limit, GT, and Solid Support. Those are like the only ones. And yet, the other 4 links that he has are like crap. Okay, there are not that many units that have this. For real, there are not that many units that have that. But there's only 3 links that do technically work with him. Let's just go over him very quickly. 3 key 60% to all types. Okay, so he's raises attack and defense for 1 turn. He lowers attack and does supreme damage, so he keeps this, right? Yeah, he keeps that, except he gets attack and defense. Nice. He gets 120% attack and defense. He gets an additional 80% attack and defense. The higher HP. And then attacks effective against all types when HP is 80% or more, which is perfect, which is cool actually. And then he randomly changes key spirits to a certain type of rainbow keys, of a certain type to rainbow key spirits, which is really good. And then he's on Shadow Dragon, Bond Master Disciple, Earthlings, Majin Power. Okay, if you put him on Majin Power, sure, this would definitely work. And I believe Cold Judgment will work as well. So like 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so 4 or 5 links could be possible if you put him on Majin Power. Let's see. Bond and Master and Disciple, I think there are some units that have Shining Limit and Solid Support. GT Heroes, it's mostly going to be just these 2 links and Solid Support and Cold Judgment. Shadow Dragon Saga, probably the same thing. But stats though, let's check the stats. Oh wow, okay. Low defense, it's okay I guess, but it still works because he has this. Low attack, but he has high HP, which is nice. Very nice. Otherwise, he is a very good unit, by the way. I think he hits like 3-4 million. I haven't looked. I haven't gone in depth with other people showing off this guy. I need to see more of him. But he is a very good unit. Is what I've heard from other people. So definitely double S tier. These guys are being double S tier, which is insane. They used to be like. Sorry if I'm using profanity, but they used to be shit. Okay, they were shitty units back in the day, but now like 4 years later, 4 or 5 years later, they're insane. Okay, that's the power of EZAs right there. All right, so we have 2 more EZAs. Let's just start with I'll start with Vegeta. His is very simplistic actually. He gives. I don't understand. Okay. There's one thing I don't like about this guy, is the fact that he doesn't give 3 key and 80% to these typings. They should have made him like the SCR Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta, but instead they give him this. It's ridiculous. He does supreme damage, great lowers defense. Nah, I guess it's okay. He gets 120% attack and defense. He then gets an additional 40% attack and defense when doing a super, which is good. So it's calculated separately, right? Yeah, so he gets a 208% attack and defense, which isn't bad, you know, he multiplies his attack by 4, I guess. And then he lowers attack and defense, he lowers 40% attack and defense onto attacked enemies, okay? So, if you attack if your first slot unit attacks the boss, and then Vegeta attacks that boss, he'll already have that buff. He already have this debuff by then, right? I believe that's how it works. The link set though, he's also a six link unit. Pretty sure at least 4 of these links will probably activate the most, or 5 actually, like 4. Yeah, 4 maybe. 4 of the 6 links will probably activate the most, like Shining Limit, Prepare for Battle, Super Saiyan, Saiyan Warrior Race, or depending on this rotation, maybe Golden Warrior or Royal Lineage. His stats though, his stats are pretty similar to Super Saiyan 2 GT Goku's, but it's still very good. But he's not the greatest unit though. Personally, I'd say he's around S tier. Still a solid option if you don't have him. But the only thing that brings him down is just his leader skill. If they gave him 3 key and 80%, sure, why not? I'll let this slide. But considering that they didn't, it's very important for Key to act. It's very important for them to even give Key, and they didn't even give Key in this one. Well, for Vegeta, for Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta, I think it's an exception. Wait, hold on. Let me see Vegeta's again for a second. So it goes Vegeta's family. Then we scroll all the way down here, I suppose. Where is he? Right here. Does he get key? Not on his leader skill, but his passive. No, he doesn't. Even though he doesn't get anything on his passive, he does much better than him. That's the reason why he's like right 1 tier below this guy. Probably 2 tiers, depends on the situation and how the meta changes. But for sure. That's just... I don't know why. I feel like he's very underwhelming. But he's still pretty decent to have. It's not as good as Goku, but still pretty good. Alright. Now let's go to Gohan. This Super Saiyan 2 Gohan is very good now. I like how they built this guy. So, he gives all types speed keep 60%, like most of the Hero Extermination event units in here. He greatly raises attack and defense for one turn, does supreme damage, so he can tank. He can tank now, which is great. He gets 100% attack and defense, which is probably one of the things that we need from him, because... yeah. They really needed to step it up for this guy. But then he gives all allies 2 key 35% attack and defense, which this buff hasn't changed, but the 2 key does change a lot for this guy. He has a medium chance of performing a crit and a medium chance of dodging, which is great, starting from the turn in which the character has performed a third super. So he needs to perform 3 supers in order to get all this. Okay, in order for him to get all this, he needs to super attack 3 times, which is probably one of the weird things about this guy, but he's still very good in terms of this. Because if you do that, so 35% goes into 100%, so he's gonna hit around like 160% maybe? 160% is what I'm thinking, but he's still, on top of that, he gets this, so I could say he can hit around maybe 200%. It depends on the situation and the rotations, but he's a very good unit now. Let's see the stats though. Yeah, yo, his stats are high as hell. Yeah, this is definitely worth a unit. This is a unit worth having and needing. He's a must-have if you need support, like really good support. This guy's definitely one of them. I'm gonna put him up here. Okay, that's just my personal like reasoning. Maybe he could be in double S tier, but I feel like he's a very good unit to have. Trust me. And here we go. This one. Oh my god. LR Great Saiyaman 1 and 2. The Friend Point LR EZA. Now, I'm gonna tell you this right now. I will show this guy off tomorrow. Okay? I will show this guy off tomorrow. I have class tonight, so that's the reason why I'm saying it. But this unit is very, very powerful, actually. Not the greatest of greatest LRs, but still very neat to have. Very great support. For super class, 4 key 50%. Gets more attack and then launches an additional. It has a medium chance of becoming a super when attacking extreme class, which is great. Because most of the time you are facing extreme class. Sometimes there's a balance of the amount of super class and extreme class enemies you'll fight. So it just depends on the situation and the enemies you fight. But for sure, this is definitely useful against extreme class for sure. They then raise attack and defense on their ultra super. Do Mega Colossal, and then raises super class allies attack by 30% for 2 turns, which is nice. And then they also raise attack and defense on here, but they seal, which is fine. They still keep their includes all 5 super types for their leader skill, but the thing is, they get 3 key and 130%, which is great, because I think before they didn't give key. Yeah, before they didn't give key, now they give key and 130%. Other links, pretty much they just put them in Machibu Saga or Special Pose or Defenders of Justice. That's the only thing I would say. Because that is how they're built. They're made to be heroes. They're made to be in justice. But they're still very nice to have. Stats, very good in terms of how useful they are. But I like them. I like them a lot. Are they Z tier worthy though? Not really. I wouldn't say they're not Z tier worthy, but they're definitely like double S tier worthy. They have a lot of usage. They buff all these categories because of their passive and technically their leader skill. But still, they do work a lot. And the only way I could say that, okay, the only categories I would say they would fit on, that would fit them the most, is where they is probably Defenders of Justice, Special Pose, and Machibu Saga. That's the only way I would say it. Joint Forces still needs a little bit more help, even though they have a really good superclass support. They still need a little more help. Maybe an actual Joint Forces support. And even though we have Paragus and Broly, I feel like we still need a little more. But movie heroes, kind of the same thing, but not really, because they have this. but it still works. They're very well rounded for majority of the content needed. Whew, I think that's enough of me talking about them. Let's go into the final EZA of this video, and it's the LR Goku and Bulma. Now these guys got their EZA when the oh my god, when the new ESBR stages came out, and when the new EX skill ups came out too. They are pretty. I haven't even looked at them yet, huh? So let's take a look, because this is my first time literally looking at them on paper compared to showcases. So they are a youth 4-key 130%. So this is a very good youth lead if you're in need of one. If you don't have Kid Goku or into Go tanks, this is definitely worth having as well. They raise attack and defense on both their 12 and 18 key, but the difference is this one has a rare chance of stunning, while the other one has a medium chance of stunning. So you definitely need this one a lot more than you need this one, but it still works. Their passive, ooh, this is a paragraph worth of it. They get 50% attack and defense, which is fine. They then get an additional 10% attack and defense per Dragon Ball Seekers on the team, up to a max of 50%. They then get an additional 10% attack and defense per youth category, up to a max of 50. Then they get an additional 10% attack and defense per Dragon Ball Saga category, up to a max of 50. Then they get 2 key per Joint Forces category, up to a max of 6. Then they launch an additional attack that has a 30% chance of becoming a super when there's an ally who's claiming use Goku Youth or Bulma Youth in the same rotation. Considering that they are made to be on... Okay, first of all, let me check Dragon Ball Seekers for a second. Is there any, like... Is there anything I would say about... Okay, Joint Forces, that's 1. Dragon Ball Saga and Youth and Joint Forces, that's 2. And Dragon Ball Seekers Joint Forces as well. Dragon Ball Saga... No, not Dragon Ball Saga. Dragon Ball Seekers. This would definitely help as well. Kid Goku... Okay, yes. Yeah, yeah, actually, yes. Yes, this would definitely work. They're a wonky unit. I don't know how I feel about them, but they are kind of wonky. But they do have a good use. Mostly their links are Dragon Ball Saga related, so let me check Dragon Ball Saga. Okay. Obviously we have Kid Goku, who we do not have an additional lead for besides the new LR Mercenary Tao. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Let's see now. I guess that's it. They are very mixed. I feel like they're very mixed. But they do fall into these categories, which definitely needed buffs for. They do have pretty good stats. I don't know. Maybe I'll place them in S tier for now, and then see where they can end up later on. No, maybe double S tier, and see later on where they can actually end up in. I don't know if I want to bump them down or bump them up, but you guys can let me know about this unit if you guys want me to bump them up or bump them down. But I think this unit is pretty good, in my opinion. I need to look for more showcases and see how well this unit is in terms of the teams that they're going to be run on because of how they're built, like I said. But I'll see. But I think that's everything. Oh man, this one was a rough one for sure. So let me know in the comment section below how you guys feel about this tier list. I think this tier list does show a lot of promise here. We do have a lot of great units going from averaging from even like used to be the worst units in the game to like top tier level freaks of nature. But yeah, let me know how you guys feel about this tier list, if I should bump them up or bump them down. You can put some suggestions in the comment section as well. So let me know if, you know, there's something wrong with this tier list. And yeah, as always guys, I'll see you guys in the next video.